So I was scrolling my Tumblr dash the other day and I came across this post, and it links to what is essentially the same post over and over and over again. Because if you didn't know, you used to be able to edit other people's Tumblr posts back in the day. And I saw the notes, and holy shit, 14.5 million notes. Like, the most I've ever seen on a Tumblr post is like a million at most. And because it's been edited so many different times, the reblogs on it are just like a garbled mess of loads of different fandoms. For some reason, there's this really specific supernatural gif. I don't know why. It's just one of the main characters in gym shorts. But after doing a little tiny bit of research, I found out that it's an inside joke in the Supernatural fandom that the Supernatural fandom has a gif for everything. But that's all I could really find on this. Anyways, out of all the post links, none of them really struck me as like the original post, because you for this specific one, there's no way to know who made the original post, because there's usually a little thing that says source and then whoever made it. But for these ones, there is none. That posed a question: what is the most popular Tumblr post of all time? I mean, if we're talking like worldwide popularity, it's probably the dress or Jory's weed smoking girlfriends. But I want to know which Tumblr post has the most notes. I am a whole 20 years old as of writing this video. I would have been 10 years old. I was a little baby. I was not sentient when these posts were being circulated. Like, I didn't even know I was living a life. So if you're a millennial and you're watching this and you're screaming the answer at the screen right now, just let me have this. As a Gen Zer, I had to research this. I had to dig up the archives. It's actually been quite interesting. So your first instinct was probably just to Google it, and that's exactly what I did. So I typed in what Tumblr post has the most notes, and I came across this bogus article. It's not real, from 2012. That was just this thing for like a car advertisement, I think. It has 190 million notes, apparently, which is a lot. However, you might have noticed that it says source, so this is not the original, this is an edit. And I found this comment saying, if you go onto the original source, then you'll see it's in fact originally a picture of a girl's ribs and concave stomach. You can see it when you go to monsterscausethissblackhole.tumblr.com, and the post has been changed hundreds upon hundreds of times to other things such as the one shown in the photo. Okay, so my first lead is to go onto monsterscausethissblackhole.tumblr.com and look at the images from 2012. So going onto this account feels like I just uncovered like Tutankhamun. Like I just went into the pyramids. It's very British of me. Just wanted to say, from this point onwards, ED warning. If you have any sort of past with eating disorders, if you are triggered by anything, unfortunately this does extend for the rest of the video. So there's not a point where you can really skip to. But yeah, just putting that out there. The bio reads, I'm a millennial, Generation Y, born between the birth of AIDS and 9/11, give or take. They call us the global generation. We are known for entitlement and narcissism. Some say it's because we're the first generation where every kid gets a trophy just for showing up. Others think it's because social media allows us to post when we fart or have a sandwich for all the world to see. But it seems our one defining trait is a numbness to this world, an indifference for suffering. I know I did anything I could to not feel. Sex, drugs, booze, just to take the pain away. Take away all the people I loved who wouldn't love me back. And that's the rub of all this, isn't it? I can't feel shit. I can't feel anything. We think the pain is the worst feeling. It isn't. How could anything be worse than this eternal silence inside of me? I used to eat for days, or eat like crazy, then stick fingers down my throat. Now, no matter how much I binge, I can't feel this hole inside of me. I can't take it anymore. I think I'm going batshit. I went through all the posts from 2012. And before that, and I could not find this original picture. Actually, I couldn't find anything close to 190 million notes. Not to make this video like too deep or anything, but it was kind of interesting seeing this person grow or change, I guess. It was obvious this person was quite young when they first started like blogging on this one, and it goes from posts with like ED twinges, like tiny little subtle ED culture. Like this story, for example. Life story. I'm so fat. I need to diet. I should start running. Oh my god, I need to lose weight. Ugh, I'm so gross. I should eat healthier. Parents come home from supermarket. YOLO. It goes from that to nothing tastes as good as skinny feels in 2 years, which is insane. Another thing I found funny was, for some reason, between March 2012 and April 2012, they just switched it up. So as soon as April 2012 hit, they exclusively posted sad black and white images. Just nothing else. And sometimes softcore porn. It's literally a night and day difference. I'm not kidding. I can definitely confirm that this blog probably did post a picture of someone's ribs and stomach in black and white. It would definitely fit the theming of this blog. One more thing about this blog before I move on. They were just obsessed with Australians for March of 2012. This person just fucking loved them. They would just exclusively post about Australians. This might have been because they were Australian and they just thought it was funny. It was also funny to just look at what people were posting in 2012. Like Nutella logo on fingernails. Why not? It's a different time. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah, 190 million note post. So this blog doesn't contain anywhere near that amount of notes. Like anywhere on it. This leads me to believe maybe it just doesn't exist. Like, we gotta think about this. The most likes on a single Instagram post was 75 million. And I'd argue that Instagram has always been, like, at least on par or more popular than Tumblr. So what's actually happened here? I'd like to bet that this car company probably just elemented on, like, a very popular post to make it, like, plausible that it could be 190 million just to promote their car business, just to get a little bit of clout. I say probably because there are multiple comments on this like bogus article speaking of a 189 million note post and then a 190 million note post. It's just interesting that there could have been a post with that amount of numbers. And in the comments, there are like posts with like legitimately high numbers. For example, this one, 7.9 million posts. Reblog if you think gay marriage should be legal, which is impressive by itself. 7.9 million notes, amazing. But you might notice something. People saying, holy fuck, the notes, and let's get it to 190. 190. That's a very interesting number. However, we don't know if they meant 190,000, which is probably more plausible, but like there was a fair amount of posts with like a million notes at least. So it's just an interesting number to think. 190,000. There were some links that were dead in this thread. However, I just looked the keywords up on Google because then other people's reblogs would come up. And a lot of them were like, let's make X the most reblogged thing on Tumblr. I searched up one of them, which was like, let's make Dean in gym shorts the most reblogged post on Tumblr. Well, I think I've heard this before. And then it struck me. Was this the original post? All of these reblogs on the original thing I was talking about? Are these freaks really haunting us from the grave? Let's keep on digging. Look at this one. 13 million reblogs. It says Mitch Looker is a legend, pass it on. So Mitch Looker was the lead singer of a band called Suicide Silence. He unfortunately died in a motorcycle incident on November of 2012. This post was made in February of 2013, which is only 4 months. So it would line up with the original event. So it could be the original post. Could be. Because if you go on the reblogs, it's fucking Dean in gym shorts. What? Because I wasn't really sentient when these posts were going about, I decided to just ask someone who was. So I asked one of my friends who's like 27, so it would at least be like 17 when this was going about. And they said that Mitt Romney sucks was the highest note post when they were around. And I looked this up because I hadn't seen this post before, and there were multiple articles saying the exact same thing. So I found it. That's it. I found the original post from the beginning. All of those clone posts, it all stems from Mitt Romney sucks. So is that the end of it? That must be the end. Is it? Except for one new lead. Whilst I was making this video, there was a Reddit blackout because of the API changes, which basically meant I couldn't use the r/Tumblr Reddit page. And there was a lot of posts that were very, very taunting. That was like this is definitely the most amount of notes I've seen on a single post, and the picture with 15 million notes. Unfortunately for Redditors, most subreddits actually gave in. Fortunately for us, we've got another lead. The first post I looked at was just an edit of the original Mitt Romney post, but interestingly, the picture with 15 million notes was interesting, because by my maths, 15 million is more than 14.5. It was obvious this Attack on Titan post was just an edit of another post because of the little source at the bottom. So I just decided to look up the title of the post, and a Know Your Meme article of this very post came up, of all things. It explained how the original picture was posted by user In the Midst of Monsters and how their post was taken down due to violating one or more community guidelines. Know Your Meme states that the original image is unknown, but they also explain how it gained a lot of traction because of reblog edits of it. So one being the Attack on Titan by this user called Angie Sapelli, and another one that I'm just going to call Fish Condom because it was a fish in a condom, posted by user Bonafart. I went onto Angie Sapelli's Tumblr page, but unfortunately that was gone. And I then went onto In the Midst of Monsters Tumblr page, and here is the bio. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And yes, I am the owner of the most reblog post on Tumblr. And there it is. I can't show it on YouTube, but it is a black and white image of someone's ribs and a concave stomach. The image itself is very low quality, but you can make out 1.3 million notes, which isn't quite 14.5 or 15 million notes. But the Know Your Meme page actually gives sources. They have links to the original post, so we can use the Wayback Machine to see how these pages would have looked back then. The latest archive was in April 2013 at a count of 4.3 million notes, which doesn't line up with 15 million. However, the original archives are from 2011 to 2013, and the Attack on Titan screenshot was from 2015. So it's extremely possible that all of those notes came in within 2 years. So this got me thinking, if the original post was taken down, surely the edits, like Fish Condom and the Attack on Titan post, was still up. So because Angie's blog is all gone, their post was not up. But Fish Condom is still up. It's still going. It's up right now. You can view it on actual Tumblr right now, but it has 4.5 million notes. The title isn't exactly what it claims to be. We can check the archives of these posts and maybe something will come up. I put the Attack on Titan post into the Internet Archive and it only came up with 4.5 million notes again, which is really annoying because that's exactly what Bonafart's image has as well. So was this it? Was the most popular post really Mitt Romney and this whole 13 million note and 15 million note thing in the titles just completely fake? Were the screenshots on Reddit and Know Your Meme just completely fake? I mean, it's very possible because the screenshot on Reddit and Know Your Meme are exactly the same. So, in a last-ditch resort, I decided to put Fish Condom into the Internet Archive and see what came up. I didn't think of doing this because it's already up. It's up today. So what reason was there to put it into the Internet Archive? However, the earliest archive of it was from February 2015 with 14 million notes. What is going on? And then I found it. 15.5 million notes. July 2015. This matches up with Know Your Meme's timeline of events. They claim in November of 2014, Bonafart originally reblogged in the midst of Monsters rib post with the fish in a condom, and then in June of 2015, the Attack on Titan reblog happened, which matches up with our July of 2015 archive. So if you want to know what is likely to be the most notes on a singular post, I'd like to say it's Fish Condom or the Attack on Titan post. I don't really mind. Unfortunately, it's probably more likely to be an eating disorder post. However, there's not really definitive proof of this because the posts that are up today only have 4.5 million notes. So if you want a definitive answer, it's probably Mitt Romney sucks. But if you want a likely answer, it's probably Fish Condom. Or hey, maybe 190 million note post really does exist and we've just been missing it the whole time. I guess we'll never know. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.